Welcome to Wild Breakaway with Mike Greenlay. I'm Audra Martin. When it comes to overtime or shootout hockey, sometimes you have to settle for 1 point. Sometimes you're lucky to get 1 point. Tonight may have been closer to the latter as the Minnesota Wild got off to a really slow start here in St. Paul. They forced overtime, eventually going to the shootout, though, but the 2 points tonight go to the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah, well, the Wild were shorthanded, obviously, without Mikko Koivu, without Jared Spurgeon, and so they knew they had to move guys up in the lineup. I thought Ryan Donato played a very good game playing up on that second line. Then partway through the game, Eric Staal gets hurt, so the Wild just kept getting depleted. They didn't seem to have their legs early in the game. They didn't try and get the crowd early in the game, and they're playing a team that has struggled on the road. The Anaheim Ducks were 0-9-3 this year when out shooting an opponent. They had not won until tonight when out shooting an opponent. That's hard to believe. So the Minnesota Wild had the opportunity to get back into the game because they haven't been a consistent, because the Ducks haven't been a consistent team. So at least the Wild were able to fight their way back, show some poise late, have some good goaltending late, and get a point out of it.
Yeah, so here's a look at tonight's final stats. When we mean a slow start, it was really slow. Just one shot on net in the first period, just 11 through the first two frames is the lowest two-frame total so far of this season. So the Ducks snap their 5-game road losing streak. The Wild do extend their point streak to 10 straight on home ice, and they go 0 for 5 on the power play. One of those power play opportunities coming in overtime, and Bruce Boudreau was asked about the Wild's inability to capitalize on a prime opportunity.
You know, you have to practice everything, but there's only so much time in a day. And sometimes you think that, what's that, our first 4-on-3 of the year? Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, yeah, we could practice it more, but there's things that happen 10 times a night that you have to be better at.
So now the homestand continues with game 2 out of 3. This time it's the Edmonton Oilers who come to town Thursday night. That means Connor McDavid will take to the ice, but not as the league's top scorer. That title right now goes to his teammate, Leon Draisaitl. 53 points for him, 52 for Connor McDavid. So two very impressive skaters will be here in St. Paul. The good news is the Minnesota Wild did blank the Oilers the first time these two teams met, and that's something that's not easy to do.
Yeah, you got two dynamic players. I mean, a couple of the best in the league. And, yeah, you're right. When you got players that come in and that are already at the 50-point mark with 32 games played, that's pretty incredible. And you know what? Every time they come into a building or someone goes into their building, all they say is, hey, we got to really slow these two guys down. We really got to shut these guys down. Well, guess what? Everyone has the same game plan. It's not always easy to execute that because guys like that will always get chances. They'll always get their opportunities. It's about limiting them. And for the Minnesota Wild, they're going to have to take a look at their lineup. Hopefully, Eric Staal is okay that he can come back, and if not, hopefully not out for a long time. But they're still going to be without Koivu, still going to be without Spurgeon. You're going to have guys having to step up into roles on Thursday night against the Oilers that haven't played maybe as many minutes as they're going to play or played in certain roles that they're going to play. And that Bruce Boudreau said earlier tonight, listen, that's where your opportunity comes. You don't hope for guys to get hurt, but when they do, that's your opportunity. So show us that you can play. So we'll see who gets the opportunity on Thursday night.
Yeah, it was Eric Staal who scored 2 out of the 3 goals against the Oilers in Game 1. Will he be back? That remains to be seen, but a good challenge lies ahead for the Minnesota Wild as they look to extend the point streak to 11 here on home ice. We look forward to seeing you Thursday night. For Mike Greenlay, I'm Audra Martin. Thanks for joining us on Wild.